Hi guys, thanks for joining me. I've managed to complete this build, the Panzer 38T. The fit wasn't as bad as the Sherman. There were one and two pieces that kind of made me scratch my head a bit, but I managed to work out where they needed to go eventually. So when I finished the actual build, I sprayed it Chaos Black from Games Workshop. I then managed to airbrush Panzer Grey on. I brushed on some clear floor varnish. Then when that was dry, put the decals on and then sealed them in with more floor varnish. So then I tried to use the Vallejo model colour Field Blue, which is 964, and mix it with the German Grey, which is model colour 995. And unfortunately it all went a bit wrong. It was far too light. Now you can see on the box art here that there seemed to be this thing with the 38Ts that they were a lighter grey, and so I thought it would be okay, but when I finished doing the whole model it didn't look good at all. So I decided to darken it all back down by throwing on a wash of Nuln Oil from Citadel Paints. Once that was done, I then went back with the Field Grey, but this time I used it as a chipping colour. And as you know, I just did the chipping effect on the tank, and then within some of those chips I used Vallejo's German Black Brown, which is 822, and then within some of those chips I then used Vallejo's Natural Steel, which is 864. I picked out the tools with bulk gun metal from Citadel Paints, which you can't get anymore. I think the nearest you get to that now is Lead Belcher. And then I used Scrag Brown for the handles. The tracks were finished in AK's Rust Tracks, which is MiG-034, and then I did a highlight on those tracks with Dark Rust, which is MiG-041. The exhaust, what I did there was I gave it a coat of Rust Tracks, which is a 3.4 MiG-34 again, but I left it wet. Then I added the Dark Rust, which is MiG-041, and then whilst it was all still wet I added MiG-039, and I just blended it all together until I got the result that I wanted. After it was practically dry, again I didn't quite like the finish, so I stippled on some Nuln Oil. I didn't paint it on, I stippled it on, and that kind of broke up the one, if you like, tone of the exhaust, and I think looks much better. Anyway, I shall get the build and we'll have a look at it together. So here she is. As I say, this build was as much fun as the Tiger P. The Panzer III that I'm going to do next, I think, is going to be a bit more of a headache because there's a lot more parts to it and it looks like there may be some fiddly bits. But I enjoyed this one. It was another nice one just to sit down and just relax and, as I say, get built. I'll just show you the back so you can see the exhaust. So there's the exhaust, as I say, finished in those MiG rust colours. You can see the shovel picked out there, and also the tow cable picked out. So that's it for this one. As you know, I've still got the Panzer III to do, and I've got the Father Christmas Sherman to do. Progress has been made on the Sherman, as you know, but I was talking via comments on various videos with Colonel Reb, and we were both saying that it was a bit more fiddly, the Sherman, than some of the other builds, and neither of us are expecting to get the builds finished by the end of the group build, but we will obviously complete them and show them at some stage, so we shall see. Anyway guys, it's Friday night, so I hope you have a great weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing your builds come together. Stay safe, and I'll catch up with you soon.